Alright guys, so here's today's video's book and all the parts that we're going to be working on for this video. So real quick, I'm just going to show you. These are all the parts, okay? And we got some more parts there. And then we're going to build some more on stage 63. We're going to build some more for that star drive area. So without further ado, I think it's time that we get on with it and continue our journey. Okay guys, so for stage 63 and step A here, we got these two rods again. Same thing we did with this one. Just this time we're going to be putting them on this side. They still have little stoppers there, so you can screw it in without any problems. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and put those parts in. We're going to be using BM screws, which they gave us 3. We're only hopefully using 2 for this. And there you have it. It's all done. Everything looks pretty snazzy. So we got all of our 4 pillars in there. Nice and straight, nice and even looking. So yeah, this one was a bit of a pain, but I managed to get that done up. So now we're going to move on to step B. So for step B, it's just this. We're going to take it out of its wrapper here. So what we're going to do is we have to flip it upside down. We're going to flip it out like this. We're going to have a black one and a clear one here, and then a black one, clear and black, and then our escape pod, which we have right here. So we're going to go ahead, knock that out, and we'll be right back. So there you have it. The windows are in. They only go in one way, so don't be trying to put them in the other way, or else they ain't going to fit. Our next phase is to attach now all of our pieces here and pray that we don't have any light leaks. Okay, so with all that being done, that's it for step B, and we jump off into stage 64. And ladies and gentlemen, we now have stage 64 with our pieces here, and we have our back end here where the warp nacelles are going to hook onto. So that's going to be a frame. That's pretty interesting. And then we have our phaser strip, which is going to be part of step B. But for now, we're going to work on step A, where we're going to be putting some parts onto our frame. So with our frame, there's these parts here. So it's just these two. They're going to go in right here and here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of place them in. They don't screw in. They just kind of get placed in there. So let's just hope that they just click into place with no issues. Once we do that, we then will move on to step B. And there it is. It's all set. It's all in place. So I left that off to the side because our next part is going to be here. And this is where we're going to be placing in our phaser strip. It just locks right into place there, or well, goes into place right there. And then you go underneath, and we have some CP screws that we're going to be putting into here. And there it is, all placed in. Okay, and so welcome to stage 65. So here it is, guys, all the parts that we're going to need for stage 55. Our first step is to build this. So just like we did on the sauce section and everything, we're actually going to just place these windows in. Once we do that, we'll then put in our little reflector. We're going to work on step A, and that is to put these windows in and put our clear piece in. Once the clear piece is on, it's going to be held in by a BP screw in one location, which will be over here. So when you put it in there, it's going to go here. And then we're going to jump into step B, which then that's where we're going to be adding in our light sources. And these are going to get plugged into the 2 slots that are in that most forward electrical motherboard that's on the ship. And there we have it. We have all that and our light sources. So now that that's all done, our light sources are going to go inside here. Okay, so when you do it and you get it onto the sauce section, which we'll bring over, the green one right here, it's showing the green and yellow will go here, and the red and black will go here. Let's get over here and get that saucer here so we can mount this piece on. All right, I brought back the saucer section, and we're going to focus on this area alone. Now, real quick, there's a connection port here, and then one underneath my wiring over here. So I'm going to get to that, plug that in, plug it into here, and then we're going to take these two, basically just plug them in there, and then we're going to run them through the frame so that way it can light up this lower half here. Okay, so I did everything. I went ahead and put it all together, made sure that everything was nice and tightly fitted, and so far everything is tightly fitted. It looks really good. I don't see any issues here. Now, getting it inside and getting it tight within here was a pain. This little piece here that's sticking out is going to line up with the hole right there. And then you have 1, 2, 3 screws. They're going to be FM screws. And they're going to lock into here, here, and here. Now, don't forget, we still have somewhere around the line that little strip that's going to come across here. All right. So be ready for that, because we got ourselves our hands full going on with this lower half. Okay, and so with all that being done, everything's in there. I did notice a tiny little light leak right here. Now, I'm pretty sure once we start getting all the pieces in, it'll give you that little push that we need from all angles. But for now, I'm just going to make do with what I have. But I was able to get some of the light leak out, but you can only notice it on a certain angle that I can't quite cover yet. So just hang in there with me, and we'll get through it. I am noticing a slight little light leak right up around here. We don't need that, so I'm going to find a way to kind of mitigate that, because that's not going to fly for me. I don't like that. So we're going to have to fix that up, and then we'll probably have to check the other side as well. But those are things I'll be doing behind the cameras. Alright, so I was able to fix that up, got it all done up, and we'll just worry about that one in the future. Alright, so now that we're on stage 66, one more stage to go in our little video here today. But what we're going to do is we have our panel here, we have another piece of that Fort nacelle pylon, got some windows, these little caps that are going to go on the other side. I mean, not the other side, but they're going to go on this side to kind of close up that and cover the screws. We have all of our screws. We have our 2 different types of phaser strips. One's going to go here, and the other one's going to go to this one. So without further ado, let's get on with it. Step A is pretty easy. We just take our phaser bar here. We're going to place it in there. I think it looks really cool. And then we're going to flip it over, and we got to put these springs in there. I have yet to figure out why there's springs when they could just, do the other stuff, but that's okay. So I put the springs in, and we're going to move on to the next step. Okay, so step B, very easy step here. We've already started with this side, but we're not going to be working on this side. What this is asking us to do is to come on to this side and put it in on this side. So everything that we're going to do is now going to be on the opposite side. So we're just going to, basically this has to come in and then this has to come in. But first things first, we're going to pop this onto the frame. And once that's mounted onto the frame, it just gets screwed into place. So we're going to put everything in here and screw them in together once they're here together. That's all that. But we're going to screw them in with some BP screws, which I have ready to go. So now that those are in, I think it looks really cool. Everything looks pretty snazzy. Now, as far as putting the caps on, I'm a little leery of that, because you know what they say, once you put the caps on, that's it. So of course, we're going to go ahead, put our panel together. We have our lifeboats, black windows, and clear windows, and then we have our covers for those. So we're going to go ahead and knock that out real quick. So now that that is all done, we take our phaser strip and once again put CP screws on the other side to lock it in. And there you guys have it. It is all set and done. I've done a quick little testeroo on those lights, and I think it came out really good. Alright guys, so everything that we have done thus far for this particular model, it has been an adventure, but these are some of the parts that we have left over that we're going to be continuing to work on. We're going to be able to add this on in our next video. So hopefully you'll come back and see us as we begin our adventure of placing this in along with the other panels. And hopefully we'll be able to get some more done on our frame here for the primary hull. And I think we're going to be getting some more for the other side. If not, we're going to get maybe that panel that comes across here. That should be coming soon. I mean, this is going really well, guys. We really appreciate you guys watching our videos. If you can, go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. Till then, I got to get going. I'll see you on the next video.